Hey there, comic fans. Michael here at Ground Zero to give you the weekly rundown on what's new and exciting in the world of comics. Starting off with the fourth issue of Tom King's big old 12-issue Batman Catwoman romance epic, in which, things progress along with the introduction of Andrea Beaumont, aka the Phantasm, into the DC universe, and the issue ends with the single most scathing takedown of Bruce Wayne as a character that I have ever read. It is glorious. You cannot miss it. Then we have the fifth issue of Crossover. Turn that the right way. I have not had a chance to flip through this one yet, but honestly, the first four issues have been universally fantastic. This is the series that has turned me into a Donny Cates convert. We've got second prints of the first three issues in stock. We got first prints of the fourth issue. There's no reason not to get caught up on this book. You don't want to be missing out on this one. Then we have the first issue of Shadecraft, a new urban fantasy series. Another looks to be winner from Image. They've had kind of a streak going lately about a young girl who suddenly starts having to deal with shadow monsters. But it's all okay because her own shadow is apparently capable of fighting back. Some really pretty art in this one. Definitely interested to find out a little bit more about it. Then we have the second issue of John Arcuti's Weird West Civil War epic Two Moons, which really knocked my socks off with the first issue. Not entirely sure what kind of monsters we're dealing with in this one yet, but a really cool, moody piece that you definitely should not miss out on getting on board the train pretty early. Then lastly, in terms of floppies, I wanted to give a shout out to Vault Comics' Witchblood. Not merely a pun on Witchblade. This is kind of a neon-infused modern take on Near Dark, which is the absolute greatest vampire film of all time. I will brook no arguments, except for this time the protagonist is a witch, making a run across the American Southwest from a coven of vampires who is out to get her witch blood. Then a couple of trades that I wanted to call out today. First off, we have the hardcover collection of The Batman's Grave. I know Warren Ellis is a little bit of a controversial figure in the comic industry at this time, but regardless of what else may be true about him as a man, he is still a fantastic writer. This book really did a lot of calling into question everything that Bruce Wayne has been able to accomplish during his career as a crime fighter. Really made some interesting points and had some fantastic widescreen action courtesy of Brian Hitch, who always delivers on that front. Heavily recommend this book. Partly because I want to hear other people's opinions on it. I don't know a whole lot of other people that read it through to the end. Then we have the second volume of Cy Spurrier's take on John Constantine, which issue to issue was one of the books I was most looking forward to. It got canceled way too soon. For my money, this is the best Hellblazer book that's been published in at least a decade. Really loved this take. Very much talking about Brexit and about the current state of the world and everything. Making a lot of good salient points through the mad bastardry of John Constantine. I really can't recommend that one highly enough. And then last thing I wanted to talk about today is a strange little book that I don't know a whole lot about, but it showed up on our shelf and it looks really cool, and I think you should check it out. It's called Yokohama Station. It is a prose novel about a kind of Lovecraftian post-apocalyptic Japan where this station has taken over most of the landmass in Japan. Nobody knows where it came from or really how long it's been there, or most importantly, what's inside it. Until one day when the protagonist gets a pass to go inside for 5 days. I'm really curious about this one. I totally want to make time in my reading list and figure out what's going on with it, because it sounds really cool. That's all the main highlights for this week. As per usual, we will be open at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for your comics perusal. All the stuff you see behind me will be available. Until then, we will see you next time. Keep on reading comics, and we love you all.